Good morning. We are on our morning walk, and you guys requested for more morning walks speaking Hebrew. So this is what we're gonna do. This is Chloe. She's on our morning walk, and we're gonna speak some Hebrew, probably see some other dogs, except for my doggy leading the way. Shalom, Boker Tov. So we're gonna start with morning. We're gonna start with a word that we already talked about in one of my lives, which is a word that we use same as in English, and it is park. So park, we Israelis say park. That is our go-to word for park. You can see that it is a very nice morning. Park. You wrote it perfectly, Jaco. Boker Tov. אנחנו בהליכת בוקר. We are on our morning walk. Hi, Candy. ואנחנו הולכים לראות אווזים. And we're gonna go see some geese. I don't know if you can see the geese. I'm gonna zoom in. משפחת אווזים, family of geese. So cute. אני מאוד אוהבת אווזים. I really like geese. ואנחנו על גדות הנהר. And we are on the banks of the river. And we're gonna see some doggies here because everyone is out for a walk. Boker Tov, Avaz. Good morning. He's not very happy with how close we are. We're gonna... And we have really cute doggies. כלבלבים חמודים. We already talked in our morning walks on how we Israelis say, if you want to say something cute, we would change it from kelev, dog, to klavlav. It can be a doggy or a puppy. So klavlav. It's near where we live. I saw a question, where is this? We live in South Carolina, and this is next to where we live, and there are more geese here. So cute. We can see the boulevard of trees, Shdirat Etzim. Shdirat Etzim, boulevard of trees. And of course, grass, deshe. My dog gets very excited by all the doggies. You want to go that way? We're going to go a different route because my dog wants to befriend all the other dogs. הרבה עצים, lots of trees. Morning. We're saying Boker Tov to all the people in the park. אנחנו אומרים בוקר טוב לכל האנשים בפארק. More geese, עוד אווזים. Geese is אווזים and ducks is ברווזים. Even some Israelis call geese ברווזים instead of אווזים. It's a common mistake. Thank you so much for joining me on this walk. And we see a squirrel. Snai, one of my favorite animals. Snai, squirrel. Snai על העץ. Squirrel on the tree. אנחנו פונים ימינה. We are taking a right. In Hebrew we say we are turning, not we are taking. So many times when you learn Hebrew, we do that. Whenever we learn a language, we translate in our brains. I do that too. So when you transition from English to Hebrew, you would usually translate by mistake, we are taking a right. And you would say, אני לוקח, which is take. אני לוקח ימינה. I take a right. But in Hebrew we say, I turn right. אני פונה ימינה. Not אני לוקח ימינה. It's not I take a right, it's I turn right. So אנחנו פונים ימינה. And continue. ממשיכים. בוקר טוב, good morning לכל מי שהצטרף, all of you who joined us. אנחנו עושים הליכת בוקר, we are doing our morning walk, ומדברים עברית, speaking Hebrew. ספסל, bench, 2 benches, 2 ספסלים. We have a marina behind us, which we say marina as well. So another English word that we use as is marina is marina. There's so many words that we use as is in English, or we just change them a little bit, and that is why I incorporate it in how I teach. All the English and also Yiddish and French and Italian words that you know and we use in our everyday speech.
There's bees over there. There's bees over there. There's bees over there.
My husband is warning me that there are bees here. יש פה דבורים. Do you want to go over there?
Let's just don't stop. Just keep walking.
Okay. אנחנו הולכים דרך הדבורים. We are walking through the bees. Hopefully we won't get stung. בתקווה שלא נעקץ. There are a lot of bees here. יש פה הרבה דבורים. Which is a first. And we can see the water. אנחנו יכולים לראות את המים. There are obviously all kinds of waters. This is a river, Nahar. And a very southern thing in the US is a rocking chair. And a rocking chair is translated the same in Hebrew. It is kiseh nadneda. Kiseh nadneda. Kiseh is chair and nadneda is for rocking. Kiseh nadneda is a rocking chair. Very southern thing. Nahar, exactly. Good job, Zach. Thank you. It is beautiful. I really like it. It is one of our favorite parks. אחד הפארקים האהובים עלינו. One of our favorite parks. My dog is very excited. As you can see, she is leading the way. היא מובילה. She leads the way. Birdhouse is birdhouse. I can translate it literally, but birdhouse is
Hunting. It's the same cat that's been here with the bobtail. Yep.
My husband is showing me that there's a cat here that is hunting something.
Fish.
A bird nest is a ken. Kuf nun, ken. Bird house, I need to see what is the official term for it, because it is not really translating. I need to think about it. Ken, exactly, Zach. Good job. Ken is a bird nest, and we see people feeding the squirrels. Ma'achilim et hasnaim, feeding the squirrels. And a lot of people walking. הרבה אנשים הולכים. כל העלים על האדמה, all the leaves on the ground. כל העלים על האדמה. Are we walking that way? I'm just checking for directions. I'm doing the live, but he is doing the navigating. There is our hunting cat. I hope you're all having a good morning. I think I said it before, but for me, Friday is always the beginning of the weekend, because in Israel, the weekend is Friday, Saturday. So for me, Friday is probably what is in other countries Saturday. And here we have a stage, which in Hebrew is bama. Bama is stage, and it is used both for a physical stage and a metaphoric stage. Bama. Like Chloe is ready to perform. Good job, Chloe. So this is performance stage. במה להופעות. היום לא חם מדי. Today is not too hot yet. עדיין. לא חם מדי. עדיין. ומאוד שמשי and very sunny. ואנחנו הולכים בשביל, and we are walking the trail or the path. אנחנו הולכים בשביל. Chloe מובילה, Chloe is leading. We have a few crows here. I don't know if you can see them. Ovim are crows. And another squirrely on the tree. עוד סנאי על העץ. I'm laughing because I see people I know on the chat saying hi. So hi. אנחנו פוגשים, we are meeting את משפחת האווזים, the family of geese. הם תופסים מרחק. תופסים מרחק is a colloquial way to say they're keeping their distance. It literally translates to they're catching their distance. הם תופסים מרחק. ומאוד שלב פה. It's very peaceful here. We love making these walks because it is a great way to start the day. Very peaceful. This is a branch, enough. Branch is enough. Snake, squirrel. וסירות, boats. So סירה is a smaller boat, and ספינה is a larger boat. So these are סירות because they are smaller boats. Marina, we say marina in Hebrew, as we already said. Good morning. You can hear my dog getting excited. She wants to make friends. We have etz, which is tree, and we have geza etz. Geza etz is this right here. It's either the trunk or a large piece of tree that was cut off. So geza etz is what we would call this, which is also the trunk of the tree. Wow, Chloe. It's a lot of excitement for her, all the dogs. So, for all of you who joined us now, very close to the geese. They don't like it. They don't like it. They're hissing at us. לכל מי שהצטרף, to all of you who joined, בוקר טוב, good morning. We see a nadneda, swing. Nadneda comes from the word nadned, which is swinging. Lehitnadned is to swing. Nadneda is a swing. There is a famous song, Nadned, which describes swinging. And we can see all the beautiful flowers. Pachim, yefim. We have a lot of beautiful flowers here. This is a nadneda, swing. Nadneda. Lehitnadned is to swing on a nadneda. Mm-hmm.
Walk over there and show them an American Inn.
There are people who are fishing dagim. So dagim is the plural form of fish, but dagim, pronounced exactly the same, is also how we say they are fishing or we are fishing. Dagim, same as the plural form of fish. Anachnu dagim, hem dagim, or just dagim. Same word, same pronunciation. And we can also see here the people who are gardening. So gardeners are gananim. It comes from the word gina, which is garden. So gina is garden. Are we walking that way?
Yeah.
And ganan is a gardener. Gananim are gardeners. So in case you don't know it, Hebrew, for the most part, most words are built upon 3 or 4 root letters, and those root letters comprise different forms of words which usually share the same meaning. That is why garden is gina, and the same gimel, nun is used for ganan, gardener. Ginun is gardening. So the root letters in Hebrew comprise different words that share similar meaning, and we can see it across the board with Hebrew. Flower is perach, so to flower is lifroach, and it even goes to tifrachat, which is an allergic reaction. So that is how Hebrew works. You can see the water tower, which in Hebrew is translated to a water tower, migdal maim, water tower. And we have a beautiful inn. An inn in Hebrew is achsaniya. And speaking of how words are connected, an inn is achsaniya because it comes from the word ichsun, which is to store something. So achsaniya is where we store people. Sounds funny, but it is a place that holds something. It holds people by accommodating it. So achsaniya, an inn, comes from ichsun, which is to store something. We have the marina here, which we call marina, with all the boats, and we have flags. We're in a place where people respect the local flags, something I really value, because I believe that every place should be able to respect their local flag, and here they do, which is nice. I appreciate that. Menorat rechov, street lamp. Menorah is lamp, rechov is street. Menorat rechov. Yes, migdal maim, Zach, very good. Water tower. Reflection is hishtakfut. We see the reflection in the water. Hishtakfut is reflection. And again, talking about words that are connected, hishtakfut is reflection. Shakuf is see-through. So it is all connected. We can find so many connections between words, which is also something that I use in how I teach you Hebrew. I teach you in my course words connected to other words so you can understand the template, how you shift from one word to the other and understand how the meaning, the shared meaning, changes when you shift from one form of the word to the other, because in Hebrew, first, words are usually connected by their root letters, put in different templates of those root letters. They have a shared meaning. And then the other part of it, which is very important and usually is overlooked, is that words in Hebrew have add-ons to them. So unlike in English, where we have a word for to, in, for, these will all be prefixes or suffixes. And many times to change a word for my something, your something, that would be a prefix or a suffix. So in Hebrew, we have prefixes and suffixes that are add-ons to words. And when you learn these templates, when you learn these, like the algorithm of Hebrew, how it works, you really understand the language, how it's built, and you can stand on your own. That is how I teach you Hebrew. And that is why when many people just learn more and more standalone words and not anything else, they don't really feel like they're making a lot of progress, because you have to learn these add-ons, how to use them, and it's much more easier than you would think in order to really stand on your own in Hebrew. You have to learn the prefixes, the suffixes in Hebrew, because it is not like in English where words are standalone. In Hebrew, these add-ons are essential. And I feel that that is a game changer for people when they learn using this method that I use, how to add prefixes and suffixes to change the words in Hebrew. Then you see a boost in your progress. So we talked a little bit about how words are connected by root letters and the add-ons as we do our morning walk. And it is great that you are joining us and walking with us, speaking and learning some Hebrew. Another example is Amud. Amud is a pole. Amud is a pole. And it is connected to la'amod, which is to stand, because a pole stands, right? It is upright. So Amud is pole. It is connected to all the words that have to do with standing. Amidah is stance. To stand is la'amod. And all the conjugations of to stand, that is connected to pole, which is amud. That is how words are connected in Hebrew.
Bear.
Oh yes, we have this bear, dov. Bear is dov, also a very common name in Hebrew, and the name of my late great-grandfather, Bear Dov. Yes. And we have a gesher. Gesher is bridge, both a physical bridge and to bridge something is legasher. So bridging in Hebrew is gishur. Moderating, when two people don't want to go to court and they try to mediating, bridge the gap. We use gishur from gesher, bridge. You can see how it is all connected. We see the kshatot, the arches in the bridge. And again, good morning to everyone who wrote Boker Tov. Boker Tov. I hope you're having a very nice day. אני מקווה שעובר עליכם יום טוב. Shalom, shalom. I see all your shalom and boker tov in the comments. We have a little bit of shadow here. Shadow is tzel, both physical shadow and when you feel like someone is acting like your shadow. Tzel. Tzel is shadow. And speaking of words that we use, English words, but change it a little bit, a ramp. The only word we use for a ramp is rampa. So we changed ramp to rampa. And that's how we say ramp. We have a misada, a restaurant here. Misada is a restaurant. And the name of the restaurant and again we have mezach. Mezach is dock, mezach. There is a very nice breeze. And we say brisa. Speaking of words that we changed just a little bit, brisa. Although we do use the Hebrew word for breeze, which is mashav ruach, but definitely the most common way to say it is brisa, for breeze. As yesh brisa neima. There is pleasant breeze, a cool breeze. Yesh briza ne'ima. Boker tov to all of you who just joined. I think we are almost done with our morning walk. And it was so nice that you walked with us. They have big planters. And planters, we either say vase, which is a gartal, vase, or a tzitz. But a tzitz is also the plant.
We're working on extending this.
And here we are reaching the tracks. This is an old railroad track, and the track is mesila. Mesila is a track, and train track is mesilat rakevet, train track. I don't know if you can see the train track from here. And this is where our morning walk ends. So thank you so much for joining me. It was a beautiful walk, and it was so much more fun having you with me. I wish you Shabbat Shalom. Have a pleasant and wonderful and peaceful Shabbat. And I will see you again in the next live.